back again. All new Trenny and C.
Another beautiful episode.
Yes, happy Thirsty Thursday. That's at least when this is originally airing.
Yeah, it should be a Thursday.
I don't know what day it is for you right now, but
whenever. Doesn't matter. Or year. It
No.
could be whatever year. So I think we should say we want to thank our fan base and our subscribers,
Yes.
and we want to go one step further and thank our patrons.
Patronages?
Thank you for patronizing us.
Yes.
And
It's a funny word because I
It
thought
is.
patronizing someone was when you're kind of like
annoying them.
or you're being a bit of an a-hole.
Yeah, right.
But
But
not
then
in this case.
But then a patron is like a visitor to your,
the
establishment or whatever.
patron saint.
Right? Oh, there's that too.
Okay, anyway, so
so-
the point is, let's play some killer jams.
Yeah.
Maybe even a couple of our jams.
Yeah.
And roll through a couple quick credits, stick around, of those people we want to thank.
Here it is.
Okay, well,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you. That list. That list is just gonna grow.
Yeah, I mean, you are the lifeblood of Trenny and C.
Mhm.
You keep us alive.
Yeah.
Patrons also can get some coasters. We're gonna come out with some other new items too.
Yeah.
Maybe even some ringtones based on our wicked sweet songs.
Yeah, our songs they're huge.
Coasters.
Okay, so stick around.
Yeah.
We are going to pull out this guy.
Yeah.
This is the Naked Grouse. So stick around. We'll see you in a couple seconds here.
Trenny and C, drinking whiskey, describing all the flavors for you and me. Irish, Scotch, bourbon, and rye. If they like a bottle, they'll tell you why.
All right. Check out the cool grouse. I don't know what you call that. Etching or embossing?
Embossing, a Naked Grouse embossing, and it's naked,
Oh,
meaning
it's so naked.
there's no label or anything. It's just straight up a glass bottle with some delicious whiskey inside.
Cool.
Kill. So why don't you pour a little bit for us?
Oh, sure. I'll pour, you bore.
All right. So Naked Grouse.
Hold on.
Oh, that's
I like
a
when
tight cork.
I like when a blend has a cork.
Yeah, it's a really nice presentation, gotta say.
Yeah, it
All
looks
in all,
cool.
It's cool. I like
Oh,
it.
there's a little info on the back here.
Yeah.
Oh, our tasting notes are here. Good news.
So Naked Grouse originally came out in 2011 as a part of the Famous Grouse lineup, but it was still kind of like it was a blended Scotch style. So now they've sort of rebranded it, coming out in 2017 as its own standalone
Product line or
blended malt. So
Okay.
we've got Glenturret in there, we've got Macallan and Highland Park, which is
it's a nice
that's a nice
threesome.
it is, and in a way it stands on its own compared to the three. Like it's a perfect blend in that regard, I'd say. So I think so at Trenny and C, if you guys don't know, we do color, nose, taste, finish, and viscosity. We kind of run through some of our tasting notes. So yeah, let's just,
little story.
Okay.
Just a little story is that We stumbled upon this recently at the Cowichan Valley Whiskey Festival.
Literally stumbled.
Literally stumbling around and bumped into this.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, what do we got here?
Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah.
What's your name?
And to find out that for a $40 bottle of whiskey, of Scotch, it's like great bang for your buck.
It was one of the more memorable whiskeys from the Whiskey Festival.
Yeah, it was.
Because it was like, what? And Michelle Tucker.
Michelle Tucker from Beam Suntory.
Love ya.
We got to thank her for this little sample here. So thank you.
Okay. Should we drink it or something?
What do we got for color here? Blends are sort of more forgivable on color because they add E150 and all that kind of stuff. But it's not really it's kind tanned looking,
it's your kind of toasted, it's kind of like a toasted coppery, kind of color. It's got a little bit of a dark amber with a little bit of an oranginess, but not Trump orange, but more toasty orange.
Exactly. And so this one is first fill American oak and second fill and European oaks. And then for its final 6 months, it's been put into a first fill Oloroso cask. So that's probably where some of this color comes from, which is kind of nice. And actually on the nose, you get that first fill Oloroso sherry. Very much.
I can verify what you said based on what's written on the bottle.
Perfect.
Here. You are correct.
I've got a good memory apparently.
But
I might have said something wrong.
But no. Did you know that for a smooth and sweet notes that mix perfectly with cherry? Did you know that?
Oh, okay.
Mixes perfectly with cherry.
It mixes with cherry.
I don't know.
Are you supposed to eat cherries with this, or what's the deal?
Cherry juice. Okay.
Okay. So on the nose, it is like really rich.
You know what's
really dense.
Yeah. You know what the nice thing is? The first thing I smell is a tiny little hint of Macallan.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they can be overpowering at times with the leathery notes?
Mm-hmm.
This has it.
A little bit. Yeah.
Just a little bit, where it's got a little bit of Highland Park's plasticky, kind of oily...
yeah,
you know what
I do know what you mean, because that's one of the first things I was thinking. It's very rich and dense in that kind of sherry style. But it's also, you can smell that it's oily and that probably really, really good on the palate. And it's It's like the nose reminds me of like a sticky toffee pudding with some of those like rich dates and the toffee and the whipped cream and
it's almost like you can pull the notes. Like once you know what distilleries are in here, you can kind of pull those notes out of it from the individualized. Like I don't know if I highly doubt I could just pick it out of nowhere and be like, oh, this must be Macallan, Glenturret, and But once you know that, you can smell the elements of each of those distilleries. Oh yeah, that's in there.
It's like anything that's very suggestive. You can be like, actually, it's Glenlivet and whatever. Like, oh yeah,
this must be blended with Costco Scotch.
Actually, it does have a little bit of that. That. What was that one called?
The Baseball Club leather?
Yeah, what was that actual whiskey called? The Kirkland brand. Yeah, right. Anyway, so on the nose, very rich and dense. It's kind of almost like a desserty style malt smell to it.
I think it's so welcoming and pleasant. It's quite fragrant for 43%.
Yeah, and
it shows well.
Again, $40, and I think one of the things that we were kind of alluding to earlier at the Whiskey Festival, there's all these, hundreds of whiskeys.
Yes.
And a blended malt stuck out
for $40.
For $40. So anyway, let's get to the flavor here. Everything that we said in the nose is there on the palate.
But it's just so it's so nice. Like the entry, the mid palate, and the finish, and the aftertaste. Like
very well balanced.
I love it.
And actually, for 43% alcohol, it does, I think that extra 3% brings out some of those flavors a little bit more strongly than if it was bottled at 40%, but it still is, silky smooth.
That's great. So yeah, a little bit of leathers, a little bit of that new toy plastic going on in there, some of the oils. There's a little bit of a warming effect on the finish. It kind of warms you up.
which kind of has that Highland Park style where there is a little bit of that. It's not necessarily smoke, I guess, but there is a little smokiness on the back, and it's very on the mid
wisps
palate.
Of it,
wisps, exactly. Creamy wisps of smoke.
Creamy wisps of smoke. Quote that.
Yeah, but it's chewable. Like you could chew this whiskey. It's like
it's got a thickness to it. That's that dense richness that you talked about. But also,
so that goes in line with the finish too, because it's very dense and syrupy, and there's a lot of things going on intermingling with each other. It's not like a one-trick pony. You can spend a lot of time with this blend and find new exciting flavors.
But there's also the fruit flavors in there kind of going on. There's a little bit of a almost like an appley pear, but also kind of like what you were saying with the like dates kind of, like that kind of like candied fruit.
Candied dry fruit kind of thing.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, they suggest cherry, and I can see in the sense that it's a juicy style. It's a juicy whiskey.
With that kind of that that sherry punch.
I love this one.
Yeah,
for something that you could potentially have in your cupboard all the time and go back to. You can probably when a blended malt is done right, it competes on the same level as a well done single malt.
And it's not going to break the bank.
No, it's not going to break the bank. That's a very good point.
Yeah. So do we want to score it up here?
Let's score it up. I think this is one of those times where we came to a score that was exactly the same.
Consensus,
yeah. It came to 27.17 out of 33.33. So for a malted, blended malt, amazing.
That's a big score for a blend.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, outside of like a Compass box where you're spending, like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we see those high scores out of a Compass box, but typically you don't see that kind of a score for a $40 blend.
This is one of those ones that you get surprised by. For ourselves, I think you guys will agree. Go out, get yourself a bottle of this. It's not gonna break the bank.
It's a can't lose.
You can't lose with this one. Yeah, we've bought blended malts before that are a little bit disappointing and more expensive. So this is the one.
Great.
All right.
Well, hey,
so cheers.
Thanks for watching.
And subscribe. We usually comment back to all of our comments. Typically. And yeah.
Thank you for watching Trinity and C.
Cheers.
Thank you.